So here we have our Project Shine team members. Right now I'm going to interview some of them and have them to share their experience with you. So right beside me, this young lady is Angel. She's one of our youngest girls that came with us this year, with her mom as well. I just wanted to ask you, Angel, what have you learned through coming to Project Shine this year?
So basically, before I actually went on the trip, I thought I would be the one teaching and not really learning. But after spending 2 weeks in China, which is not a very developed place, I actually learned more than I taught. When I first arrived, the kids who were around my age treated me with such big smiles and warm welcomes, whereas in Canada, you don't really see that here. I felt so at home within minutes of meeting them. I'll never forget them because they taught me something really important, to treasure everything I have here in Canada. They appreciate and respect everything that they have and everyone in their lives. A few of my students actually told me that they only see their parents a few times each year. That was a big shock to me because I see my parents every single day, yet I don't show them enough love and respect that I should be. They taught me something really important, and that is to love everyone in my life because it's a true blessing to have them here.
Thanks, Angel. And next we have Lorraine and Tony. And just want to let you know something unique about them. They also teach Scottish dancing. So they actually taught our whole entire 200 students how to dance together. So I wanted to ask you guys, what is one of the most memorable things for you for this trip?
Okay, approaching the end of the camp, students were asked to write a letter to the teacher. When I read the comments from the students, I felt happy and comforted. Our students were very grateful to Tony and me for our time and effort. I would like to share with you one unexpected comment. Mandy wrote, "You," meaning Tony and I, "just like my grandmother and grandpa, is very kind." We couldn't help burst out laughing. First, there's the quirky English. Then we asked ourselves 2 questions. Are we really that old? Is there really a generation gap between the students and us? Well, yes, we are old compared to them. We found out from one of the students that I'm actually 3 years older than their grandmother. Well, I'm confident that we have gained respect of the students as teachers. I didn't feel the generation gap. During the camp, Tony and I played sports with them. We danced, sang songs, joked around, and shared joyful moments as friends. On the last day of the camp, we had fun games that I will never, ever forget for the rest of my life.
Thanks. And Tony, what is your most memorable memory here?
I imagine most of you are not familiar with Scottish country dancing, so you can find out readily about that by Googling it. We were thrilled to be invited to introduce Scottish country dancing to Project Shine participants. Imagine 200 kids spread out over a playground, a huge playground, paying undivided attention to us, to our instructions, and trying their utmost to emulate us. In merely 30 minutes, they miraculously managed to learn the rudiments of Scottish country dancing and learn an entire dance. This is much better than I've done with Canadian students. Absolutely amazing. As I got into the teaching, there were moments that I started to lose myself and into the whole thing, and there was a pure moment of transcendence when I felt time stood still, laws of physics suspended. I could feel myself floating about, having an outer body experience, seeing everybody down below, including myself and Lorraine, moving and dancing in unison. What a glorious sight. What a memorable moment. Thank you.
Thank you. And Tony is also a professor in York as well. And then Shirley, she came with her daughter. And I just want to ask you, Shirley, she is someone who has grown up in China but have immigrated to Canada in recent years. So how is it for you to go back to your homeland and to serve in this way?
我想分享嘅就係我喺大陸出世嘅，咁我嚟咗加拿大10幾年，但我覺得我個心始終都係掛住中國嘅。當我哋認識到民間嘅時候，我就好想同我個女一齊去，又俾佢認識下即係山區啲學生嘅生活。所以我哋今年去初開始我都有啲憂慮，因為未有任何教書嘅經驗。咁我又擔心我個女係會唔會習慣嗰度啲生活啦。但我去咗之後，我就發覺民間佢啲安排啊呢啲好好嘅。首先即係個路程一路我哋都好安全，住同食都好衞生嘅。去到嗰邊令到我好深印象，即係短短個15日個時間咧，同啲學生建立嗰個感情。當我哋淨係做咗好少嘢，但啲學生佢哋真係好開心，同埋佢哋好感激，同埋見到我哋真係去幫助佢哋嘅。所以我都會繼續支持民間，同埋我希望民間可以越做越好，幫到更加多嘅有需要嘅學生。
Thank you. So Tina is Shirley's daughter. So going with your mom, how was that experience for you, Tina?
So before the trip to China, I was really insecure and lack of confidence about the fact that I was responsible for passing my knowledge to other individuals in such an isolated location. However, having my mom going back to China with me, it boosted my confidence in myself, so I was more able to pass my knowledge properly to them.
Thanks, Tina. And then last but not least, we have Rebecca. She keeps coming back for like 3 or 4 years now. So what draws you? What brings you back to Project Shine, Rebecca?
Well, I absolutely love Project Shine. And though I may look very young, I am a teacher with the Toronto District School Board. So today I want to say welcome, Toronto District School Board colleagues that are here today. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. It's been a privilege to volunteer for 7 years with CRRS, helping fundraise for impoverished students in rural China. You know, I keep coming back to Guangxi because I love working with children. Teaching is my passion. So Project Shine, we work with 200 students that are 14 to 17 years old. And one thing that I notice is as we go through the camp, they're very shy at first, but after 1 week, wow, they're asking questions. They're responding to critical questions and so enthusiastic to be in class. One of my highlights of this year was being able to read a poem with the students which says, "Love is patient, love is kind." And as they said earlier in the video, I believe that love never ends. And that's what we aim to do. We aim to spread love to all these young people. Believe me, they need a mentor like yourself, an older person that can just guide them along their way. It's heartbreaking to me because many of these young people do not have parents that are with them all the time. Their parents live or work far away. So we are like siblings to them for those 2 weeks, and we care for them and guide them and mentor them. So having said that, I hope that you will join us, support us for Project Shine next year. Come with us in July 2015. Make a difference in the life of a young person.
Thank you, Rebecca. And just quickly introduce a few members here, Charles, Jackie, and Jeannie, who has been with us before. So thank you, Project Shine team, for your sharing. During every trip, at the end of the trip, I would have a debrief night with the whole entire team. And one thing I always say to them that really touches my own heart is that, you know what, you could have been one of those kids. You could be one of those students that are living in the rural village who are suffering from poverty. And whenever I say that moment, we all realize how appreciated and how blessed we are. For some reason, our parents or our grandparents, God brought our family into Canada, and we have this privilege to have education, free education, to learn English, one of the most spoken language in the world. And it's a privilege that we have some of the best education, and yet we can have this opportunity to bring it back. And I think that really hits hard to a lot of our hearts, deep into our hearts. So like I said before, I want to encourage you, if you know some young people, actually the age range, even though I say 17, but there's no higher limit, okay? So you can keep, there's no higher limit, like I don't cap it at like, oh, you can come when you're 80, okay, if you have the strength to come with us. So if you want to find out more about this trip, you can come to our website at www.crrsprojectshine.com, or you can come talk to me or Rebecca. We will be here in the dinner. And even though it's a short 2 weeks, but we definitely make an impact on the students. And a lot of us still keep in touch with them through QQ, WeChat, and different channels of communication with them, and still encouraging them in life to never give up, to never lose hope. So we hope that we can see some of you, new faces, in our next year. Thank you very much.